be profitable. Well, it looks like this game's pretty good too. It's very dark because Q is sleeping-ish.
Chilling-ish.
So what else? God damn it. Misclick. Two more tables coming up in a couple minutes. Did they really not? Jesus. Look at this stupid block. About how do you not raise with king queen here? It's annoying. Surprised we don't have another table going. There's a bunch of people waiting. Oh, there it goes. Flop to 3. So this is an interesting low frequency board. Because this player is so short, I'm just going to call because there's a lot of combinations that they're going to jam. And that's going to reopen the betting. And this player should rejam or not be able to fold when I do this. Nice. Hold, please. Sweet. That's the way it's supposed to work, right there.
Boys.
What's he grumbling about?
She's getting close to meaning within 50 feet. Sergeant, cut it out.
The jack's kind of brutal because it makes a lot of full houses, but I guess I was getting floated. Maybe I should have checked the turn, but I don't know. I always think that that's too obvious. You're wrong, though. It's not like they're not calling, so maybe checking the most obvious turns is profitable. It's nice to flop a set and get it all first hand. King's not bad. That's not bad at all. I'm gonna check raise because this is a limped pot. It doesn't really seem smart to just call. I think we can check the turn now. He should be afraid of us having a king or a club draw. That's 3/4 pot like a fucking maniac. Okay. Thing of it is, I don't know if I'm setting that up or if I'm just making good folds, but it seems to be happening quite a lot today. And every time I've called, I have been up against it. So, going with a general rule of these people play so badly they don't bluff. Okay, I know you. Let me see my notes. Just gonna call the king queen. Allows me to float with some gut shots. It's a queen, that's not bad. There's another table. Don't think we want to fold just yet. I mean, I don't know if you're really checking an ace a lot. So, it's Spectrafax behind that's the problem. Could be some club draws. I think I have to call because I don't know if you're checking an ace here much. Really. That's pretty dumb. Just letting the whole world come off. Ugh. Queen can't hit the river. Okay. Jack's okay. Like, it's just immediately going to put me on a flush draw. I'm going to go ahead and lead the river. Sometimes I get, well, guess not. I was going to say sometimes you can get looser calls from like a jack or something weird. Wow. Oh my god, what? Ugh. Weird. Okay. I think we can raise that. I want to raise this, but that's such a huge open. I think raising would only serve to make the pot a race. 2 overs, open ender, so he should have a lot of... Wow, he checked it? Wow. He should have a lot of ace kings and things. Don't think I want to fold. I don't know about raising. I think we just call. I think a lot of times this is more often than not a jack, like jack 9 or something. Now, the first guy still calling should worry this dude. I mean, I still don't think I can fold. Fucking 8 on the river. I'll bet I'm good with a king, queen, or fucking... I should have raised. It's annoying. It's only because I wanted this player to hang around. I was getting my proper odds the whole way. Of course. The guy makes it 60 and then no... I mean, it must have just been ace-king, right? Alright, I'm going to try to look tilty with the aces. I mean, that pot didn't really cost me much. It was like $6. But I think it's one of those ones where I definitely get it all. What are you taking so long for, dude? You already know what you're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and lead the 9. Just called immediately. Spade on the river. I'm going to go ahead and make the blocker bet. And get called. And win. Like what? 10-4. Okay, well, I mean, if the player's going to play 10-4. What is this guy doing? This is kind of interesting. Not 100% sure what this is. That's bad for my hand, though. This guy's seriously taking this long? He's just timed out. Look at this. Jack comes off. So we see a raise. I'm going to call because I feel like this player has a tendency to 3-bet, and I would 4-bet against him. He doesn't have enough money. Jack's pretty good. King's the worst. That king's pretty good, because it makes it less likely he got one. What did you have? Pocket 9s. I don't understand the compulsion to c-bet. It's that thing of you're either crushed or you're crushing. So like, why bet? Like, and he didn't even bet enough to like define his hand. So if he had bet big, I definitely would have thought about raising him. But otherwise, it's just miles ahead. So it's only just calling. It's interesting. Get 3-bet by my buddy over here. Make the 9. seriously calling me right here? God damn it, ace. Really? Pocket 10. What the fuck are you sticking around for? Jesus fucking Christ, man. Just 12 outs twice. What the fuck? Oh, god damn it. Fucking keyboard was hitting the fucking thing. It's amazing that the ace comes off and protects this fucking idiot. So I'm betting all rivers except an ace. Wow. That's a cooler. Queens twice in a row. Can I seriously not hit this fucking flop? The problem is right here. Yep, this guy's got all the fucking baby cards. He's playing everything. He's totally the spot. So I'm trying to ISO him, but this fucking idiot sticks around. lose all my equity. Of course, there's a 9. This is a trash raise. Really, I'm getting check raised on this board. Of course, the 8 comes off. Like, this is painful, man. And this player's just betting everything. How do you fold? Thank God you're raising. What the fuck did you have? Pocket 10s? Oh my God. And just pays it off. %, VPIP right here. And this raise is just pointless. You're literally doing nothing. You're not ISOing this guy. You're just building the pot. Like, it's just the worst. Player betting half pot out of the big blind. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what these people are doing. I mean, I have nothing here, so congratulations. Could have check raised it, but it seemed kind of silly. So the big blind skipped me when this player sat out. Shouldn't do that. I should still be the big blind. I never paid the big blind. Guy raised in first last hand. Fucking ace. It's so funny because I really... Queen Jack, like... I don't get it. I do not get it. I wasn't folding, but he had the perfect spot. What are you doing? It's just limp call fold all day long with this one. What is happening here? You timed out? The delay's too long. It's still like 2 minutes before this guy gets back to it, but let's just go ahead and bet. Everybody's fucking sitting out. Get called. 7-8's definitely a possibility, but I'm not going to sit there afraid of that. Check. Sixes. I just don't think he's calling in the river. I honestly had him on 1-6. If I thought he had 2 sixes, I would have bet again. Player limps out of first. He actually went for the bluff with 2 aces on the fucking board. Like, what are you doing? Oh, he made the deuces full. That's why. That's funny. Makes deuces full, and then it gets counterfeited immediately. Oh, why couldn't it be a 6 on the river? Gut shot. Switch these flops. All right. It's one of those ones where if I hit it, I get it all. 8's not bad. Helpful. Still betting super small. Go ahead, bro. It's yours. Gonna play the king 7 that way. What is going on here? It's a limp, dude.
New Year's Eve 21 and 22.
Yeah.
XS just posted this for their advertisement for their New Year's Eve entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
And it says New Year's Eve 2022. The Chainsmokers, Friday, December 31st.
It's always the Chainsmokers over there. I guess New Year. Well, it would be New. Well, I guess it's Eve of 2022, right? But if you say New Year's Eve 2021,
That meant last year.
it seems wrong. It seems wrong because you're talking about the eve is the day before, so it would still be 2021.
That's why it's always confused me.
I'm saying they should say New Year's 2022.
I've never known which one. That's what they do say. They say New Year's Eve 2022.
No, but without the eve. If it's this year, or if it's next week or whenever the fuck, they should say it without the eve. It's like saying Christmas Eve versus Christmas.
Eve isn't the issue. The issue is the number. How are so since it's the New Year's Eve celebration.
Right, the New Year's Eve celebration.
5 years from now, when we're talking about this next week's New Year's Eve, we're gonna say New Year's Eve 2022. That's what the majority of the world says.
I guess, but it doesn't sound right.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Why am I getting check raised here? Like, what the fuck just happened here? This is stupid bad. Hey, what's up, Nate? How you doing, my man? Running bad, Nate. I had my worst downswing in an earlier session today. If you want to see how it went, it's already posted on YouTube, and I think it's still here on Twitch as one of the past broadcasts. But I just basically kept getting two outed, and then when the money went in on the river, it was, second nuts versus nuts. There was a lot of that going on, so yeah, not a great day, but I'm just trying to make the decisions as they come. And I can't hit a goddamn thing. And it's that thing where I feel like I'm getting bluffed all day, but it's just ridiculous. Like, nobody's bluffing like that. Like, and the few times where I've had just absolute monster hands where I'm just like, how can I possibly, not be good here? And then the person makes a crazy ass bet like that. I'm like, what the fuck? So I call it, and then of course I'm beat by there was a couple of them today, where I had top full house versus quads. So, hasn't been my day. I'm just basically trying to basically this session is an exercise in self-control. I'm just kind of uh, trying to breathe and control my emotions and see if I can make good decisions. Because I want to play, but I'm just getting really poor results, and it's very frustrating. Especially when I was cooking along so well, and it's the kind of thing where, like, I like having stop losses where it's like, oh, if I'm down 3 or 4 buy-ins, maybe it's time to look around and reevaluate. But I was just laughing about it the whole time because the games couldn't have been any better, you know. Uh, like like so many situations where it's like you can't get it in with the absolute nuts so many times versus somebody with 2 pair and they make a full house and think you're doing anything wrong. Like there was quite a few, just the classic ace king queen flop, and a guy bet and another guy raised and I re-raised, and all the money went in, and I had the 10 jack for the nuts with the royal redraw, and the guy had ace queen, which is hilarious because ace king I could understand, but I raised that one and he re-raised it pre-flop, and I called it. I was in the cutoff, and he was in the big blind, and then I just flopped the absolute joint on him, and he hit after all the money goes in with ace queen. It's like I could just roll over ace king, uh, you know, every time. But I even had better than that. But of course, he had 3 outs, and he hit it. And there's just nothing I can do about that. And then I'm sitting there in situations like this where I got all the equity in the world. Somebody bets small, and then I call, and then I bet small, and I call, and I just miss. And it's like it doesn't even matter what he has. Like this is the kind of setup where a 3 would hit the river, and he'd make a full house, and I'd make the straight. And it's like I can't even get a good read on when to really bet, because it just seems like nobody has any qualifiers to what they're playing. Like literally, I lost, raised in first, got 3 bet in second, 4 bet for half the guy's stack, and he jammed all in, and I called with aces, and he rolled over 10-4 offsuit and flopped a full house. It's just nothing you can do. So, pretty damn irritated. But I'm trying not to be. I'm trying to control it. Yeah, it's kind of funny though. I actually changed the whatchamacallit, the thumbnail on YouTube. Like this is, the 8 is hilarious. The 8 is absolutely hilarious here. Especially against this player. It's like, watch him just duff right into this. And it's like I have to raise. And it's just like it's like, what is going on? Like this is not a good player. That's the thing. This is not a good player. And I have no idea why I'm getting called in these obvious scenarios where, like, why is he even calling with the jacks? And the 8 coming off is so brutal because this is the kind of schmuck who's going to have queen jack here, so I can't bet. And then of course he has the jacks, and then he leads the river for a micro, and then I'm raising, and it's just like all last week they were folding to that. Like I can't even keep straight if this guy raised or if I raised. Like I don't even know what this is. So yeah, so if you see the number 14, you'll see the different thumbnail. It's really kind of hilarious to watch. I defy anybody to tell me they would do anything differently. Like I seriously defy it. Oh, the balance is blocked, is what you were saying. So this player bets the full pot. Like this isn't a thing. I don't know what's going on here. Aces. Like how? ace on a turn here. I'm gonna get called a lot. Just because I look like I'm a bluffy fucking idiot. God. Yeah, sorry, I'll fix the balance thing. But obviously very irritated. And it's like the worst runouts all day. And it's like this one, like I know I have the equity to call here, but I feel like I'm not gonna hit it. Oh my god! And of course a jack comes off. As soon as I think of doing something wrong, but it's like now what? I guess I just check back, and of course a king rolls off, and it's like, do I ever get called here and win? No, it's just like I don't know what's happening. And it's just very frustrating right now. Like, look at this. This is a min raise, a call. I went 7x, and an ace comes off. I'm going to check. If this guy has an ace, he's going to get my whole stack. I swear to God, if he's got hearts, I'm going to throw up. Yeah, that's what I thought, pal. Fucking moron. Went to that well way too many times. I love that I fucking snap called him. Like, I just got every chip back from him that I had lost with him doing that bullshit and more. And the lead outs. Like, so many lead outs today. It's just like leading out on the draw, and it just gets there every turn. Like, this would be a good place to call, but this player has $1.50 on the table. So this was a situation that I was getting into where I know I'm going to get 4-1 on this call. But this guy's going to fucking spaz the flop. So his dollar into $3 is going to make people fold, and then my equity's just gone. Whatever. Yeah, pretty horrible luck. But it'll turn. It's fine. I'm just trying to. And I actually went back through and watched. I was in the bath, and I actually went through and watched the stream, kind of skipping through hands and seeing what happened. And I feel better, but it's like saying you feel better because, running off the road into a ditch wasn't your fault. It's like you hit an icy patch, and a manufacturer defect, and the axis of the earth changed, but you still ended up in the ditch. Doesn't fucking matter how you got there. So, and it also kind of shakes you when you study a lot and you play a lot and you do really well and you play really well and still lose. That kind of really shakes you, because it just makes you understand that there are times when it can just get taken away from you, and this is why having a proper bankroll is important, and I do not have one right now. So it's just torture. Look at this. I raised, my buddy's back at it. Now he's just gonna go broke, right? Kings. I love it. He sits down into kings and just runs into ace king. Like, what is this fucking min bet shit? Please let a king come off. Please. Please put a king out there. Like, this is just ridiculous. It's going pretty good, Doubt. I mean, does this guy really have an ace? Like, this is one of the worst players on the site right here. Like, and this is why, because it's just wasted ace. Like, I guarantee you that was an ace. Going pretty good, Doubt. I always type the name thing, don't take it personally. Why am I getting called here by this fucking idiot? I just love this. Like, why are you even betting? Like, it's just hilarious. Jack 8, second pair, and they're betting. Like, and betting twice. And it's just like, oh my god. Like, it's funny because these tags that they use, the fish tag and the colors and the bull and whatever else I like here, I assign my own meanings to them. It doesn't mean that the player is a fish. I don't use that term. What it means is they've done something. They've done something that I can classify them as this type of player. So I just use that little tag. I have put this tag on so many people today. It's amazing to me. And this isn't a compliment, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't mean that they're an abject fish. It just means that they do fundamentally things wrong that I can look at that tag and go, oh, this is the kind of guy who will do that. And then they kept doing it and kept getting lucky. Oh, no, I'm playing tons of tournaments, man. I was just kind of taking a break and focusing on the cash game challenge. One, because I'm kind of excited about it and I'm having a lot of fun. And two, I kind of had a rough one last week where I was playing one of those flights. I was actually playing one of the bigger flights. And this has now happened to me 8 or 9 times where I've played a flight on day one, gotten all the way to the last or second to last level, had the stack that I wanted, like to the point where if I had sat out and then come back to day 2 with the stack I had, like having over 1 million, meaning 50 blinds, I would have been perfectly fine. And then just getting an ultimate unbelievable, like, bad beat. Like, not even aces all in pre-flop. This one was, I raised jacks, got called by the big blind, and the flop came off jack deuce deuce, and he led. I raised, he jammed, and I called, and he rolled over pocket tens. How do you lose that one? 10-10. That's how you lose it. After all the money went in, literally for the chip lead of that flight. Like I was like third in chips, and this guy was like fifth, and that just crippled me. It just took 90% of my stack, and it kind of like it made me nauseous because it was such a ridiculous thing to have happen. Like if he had rolled aces and he hit an ace, I would have been fine with it. Like because like okay, he was trapping me. He decided he didn't want to, take the risk of three betting and getting really screwed or whatever, uh, you know, by whatever. So, but to have it be more than 99.5%, 99.5%, and to lose, it really hurt me. So I kind of focused on the cash game challenge and decided, you know what, I'm going to play some cash because that can't get that serious. And then today I had a worse run than I've ever had playing cash. Like, and I'm counting when I was full time years ago, playing on this site. Like, like if I took the beats I took a couple years ago when I was full time today, I probably wouldn't play for a good week or two because I would just be ready to fucking kill myself. But I was just laughing about it, like, which is the right attitude. But you still, you still got to deal with the loss. But whatever, I'm playing them with their money anyway. Literally every dollar over $40 in the account is their money. And actually, if you want to get real about it, every dollar over negative 38,000 is their money. So I'm still monstrously ahead. I just need the money now. Like, look at this. Like, I have to fold these spots, and I'm just watching the nuts just roll out. Look at this. is so amazing. Like I'm making such great folds. And I'm just like, when I'm not in the pot, I would have had it. And when I'm in the pot, they fucking have it. And it's just like, now the games are dying. Like the min raise on the river. It's like, dude, just fucking bet. Love that jack. The only two pair I can't bet. Eights. Set of eights, and he doesn't put a penny in the pot. Like, and I can't raise here. Like, why are you... Cash is really swingy as well. I think I play 25 Zoom on Stars. Been stuck there for about 3 or 4 months now. I like Blitz Poker and Zoom. But you got to remember, Zoom is not the same as regular poker. It plays very different. I've been going through a spin and go course just to see what it's all about. Spin and goes are a lot of fun. I like them. I actually do very well in the blast format that they have on WSOP. Because you got to understand the goal. The goal is to get 2/3 of the chips by the time the timer runs out. And depending on what you spun, the timer will be shorter or longer. I'm sitting here with the nuts with no confidence. Like, fine. Like, I'm just going to check this. I just want to see what happens. Oh, you mean the Zoom thing? Yeah, I mean, rakeback is important on every site, but every site has some form of, some kind of rakeback. Like, nobody raised this. This is just pathetic. Yeah. Back in the day, like 05, before I came to Vegas, I used to grind rakeback while I was doing the poker dealer study in Florida. So I would go to the classes 8 hours. Look at this shit. Really? Like, I raised, and now this. Like, what is this? Why would you ever bet an ace? And it's because of the player behind I have to fold. Like, normally I would call this, but this moron behind me, who I don't know why he's calling. Like, it's just ridiculous. You just cannot get heads up. This is garbage. I just need a pair here. This is total garbage. But it's whatever. Just come on, dude. So this player bets the full pot. This is either aces or air, so I'm going to put him in. Of course. Thank you. Hold. Thank you again. Like, that should never be aces, but it's amazing. It's the most polarized bet you're ever going to see in your life because it's literal aces or air. And it's like... And just to see so many people roll over aces in the big blind in that spot is just so goddamn disgusting. This moron is still betting. Go ahead. Let's go ahead. Keep doing that. I'm gonna get you. You can win 4 or 5 blinds at a time, but I already stacked you once. I'm gonna stack you again. Did I call a raise there? I don't even know. Got every out in the deck. Like every out in the deck. Look at that. An 8, a fucking queen, a diamond. Like, dude. But yeah, I did the right grind the rake back then. And it was okay. It wasn't like a living, but, you know, you'd make a few $100s a week. I mean, it depends on how high you play. Breakback deals used to be a lot better. Like, ACR is still kind of great with 27%. Like, what did this guy just do? He just did the thing again, right? Where he, like, check, calls the flop, calls the turn. Right, well, he didn't check raise. But just a total fucking... Totally the spot. I just hate that he lost fucking money. What is going on with this? It's like not firing. Be checking an ace for once in your life. Have I been through the new cash game course yet? No, not yet. I've been going through the. I went through it once a while ago. I saw the new content that he put up to it. It's not a completely new course. It's just he added to the old one. It's a lot of good stuff. Like, this is pointless. Why are you doing this? There's literally no point to that bet. And now you're just going to get called every fucking time, every step of the way. But I saw the new stuff in the new course, and I haven't ticked it off yet. Going through the tournament masterclass, which obviously I find more fascinating and useful. I've been through it 1.5 times, but I'm going through it again on stream every morning on the Wake Up With Me streams. So usually 5 days a week I'm doing that. And yeah, it's I really like it. And I'm having a lot of fun. And you can apply that to anything. I mean, the only real difference with, is you don't get as many bluff spots on the river. But if you know that, you actually do get quite a few bluff spots on the river because the river is criminally underbluffed in cash games. There's just no point. And that's the thing, man. I really want to know. You got 60% on stars? How the hell did you do that? That's crazy. Well, I mean, that's, I'm in the U.S. We don't really have those options. Can somebody have a king here, please? Like, and I have to raise huge to look like I'm a donkey. Like, there's just no other way here. I'm actually getting called by this fucking moron. Now this guy leads. Like, what? Okay, so flush draw. Like, why am I getting called? I don't even know what's happening over here. Yeah, no shit. You're a fucking idiot, bro. How many times am I going to do this to you? I've literally taken 4 stacks from him in the last hour because he was doing that shit. How many times are you going to go to that well? And it's like, I fold some of them, but like the pocket pairs, like, what are you doing? Like, what is that? Yeah, you don't get to draw. You have ace king. Good for you. You played it like a fucking moron. Like, the only way he gets the money in is if I have an ace. And it's the only ace I'm going to have that's going to play that way. It's fucking hilarious. Like, you saw what he did here, right? He picked up a flush draw and a gut shot and just decided to bet. And it's like you have to look hard for what he's doing. But if it's there, you can find it. Like, thank God he didn't flop the flush draw. Because if he had flopped the flush draw on this one, instead of flopping the gut shot and turning the flush draw, I don't know if I would have found it. I really don't. See, I was going to raise big, but now Spectrafax is on the button. You know what? I'm just going to do this. I am not having this. I don't care if I wasted the jacks. I need to, like, make the point of this image. Like, this is a actually good raise. Like, I'm kind of shocked. Like, the funny part is this is his wheelhouse, so I got to be careful here. Check. It's just stupid. It's just dumb. Yeah, it's just dumb. It's just like you're getting snap called. Like, stop doing this. It's absolutely hilarious. It's just like, you'd think I'd want him to keep doing it, but it's just so fucking annoying. Because he's fucking up my actual, like, value hands. Like, what are you thinking about? Good. I'm glad. Jesus. Fucking hold, please. Thank Christ. This is stupid. Fucking idiot. Just make a bet you can never get called by anything you beat. I am set up in my, to the whisper person, I am set up in my room, so Courtney's sleeping, so that's why the lights are so low. Because I'm the night owl. Oh, raise out of first. And a re-raise. And a re-raise. I'm just jamming. Wow. Look at this. Aces, aces, kings. What is this, the fucking final table of the fucking 2020 or 2019 WSOP? I wanted to call it, but this guy already called. It's a literal 100% VPIP. This raise means nothing. Like, I'm trying to think, like, what would I raise it to? Like, just jam. Why are you calling? Only if you have aces or kings. He's going to check. Bet. Bet like half. Oh my god, you're going to lose. I can't believe this guy. Like, if you have ace king and you didn't jam it pre-flop, you're the absolute worst player on the planet. Like, how are you not jamming it? And here's the thing, you're getting to watch me take him apart. Like, why are you doing this? Like, this player is just involved in every pot. Don't raise because he's not going to fold unless you want to really get the money in. I'm not going to chase the flush. It's fine. He can win all these little, you know, 2 big blind raise pots. I'll take the ones that are 180 blinds. All right. I win. Yeah, I didn't know why he wasn't betting, but I was trying to figure it out. I figured he had some kind of pair, but there's no real reason I can bet there. See, now he's not doing it. See, but yeah, I have to keep like playing this linear fashion. Like, this raise is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You're watching what this player is doing. Why are you raising so small? Nice min raise. If you have the king or the jack, congrats, you're going to win a very small pot. Great play, bro. What the fuck? You have pocket deuces. Why are you trying to bluff? I love it. Yeah, splitting the $2 and the guy with kings. Yeah, it does suck. Well, it's better than a flush coming off. That happened the other day too. The other day I had aces versus kings versus king deuce suited. The guy with king deuce went crazy for his whole stack pre-flop, and it was raised. I re-raised. The king deuce and the big blind jammed. The kings called. He jammed for like $4, and I rejammed over the top for 25 effective of the other guy, or 22 effective, and the other guy calls it. I don't know. He only had like 14, so whatever it was, the pot ended up being like $32, and the pocket kings ran out of four flush and beat me. I even had the suit of the king deuce suited covered, so he couldn't do it. Yeah, that one hurt. Like, this is just annoying. I'm gonna have to get off this table. Well, I got a 5. Fast play is the new slow play. It's a player with $2. If you have a flush, I'm going to throw up. You have 39 cents left. Like, you have 39 cents left. What are you doing? Like, ugh. So hilarious. Look at this. See, now he checks, which is hilarious. Keep doing it, man. Keep doing it. Like, do you really think I'm going to c-bet that flop? You're out of your mind. Keep doing it, bro. Like, it's actually annoying, and he's just, all he's doing is giving me money. And it's actually annoying. See, now this one I can bet. I get called. Do it. You're so fucking predictable. You're so fucking predictable. How many times am I going to do this to you? How many times? How much money do you have that you are going to give me? All this is from him. Like, he's floating me with an ace on board. thought this table was gonna fold. So he's trying to do it too, but he doesn't realize I'm in the pot. Now this table's dying. Dun, 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 dun. Little short-handed, but it's okay. People playing dumb, that's okay. Like, what is this? I mean, this is just too short-handed. I'm getting out of it. Limps calls a 7x raise. Well, this might get ugly. This could be a problem. But it's literally too late to think. If you got it, you got it. Did you not think this bet was coming on the turn? Really? Did you not think this bet was coming? He's probably got a set and he doesn't know what the fuck to do. Yeah, I'm going to kill this table. Did you not think this bet was coming on the turn? Like, I put in... We put in 70% of your stack, bro. Yeah, no shit. It's so crazy. I was thinking pocket tens the whole way. You know you're not going to fold. Please let me gut shot this. Just take it away. Like, you know you're not going to fold. Like, he called a min raise, called a 3-bet, called a huge flop bet. Did you not think I was putting you in on the turn when I've reduced the stack to pot ratio so far? No, you didn't because you don't think at all. I mean, it's funny because I can hear their thoughts. Well, there's no way he has a six for a straight, right? Blah 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 blah. And I have the open ender. Like, here's the thing: if he had check jammed the flop, I could see it because then I might be just some maniac, and he has good equity against me with two pulls at a straight or a set of tens. Granted, the tens are no good for him, but he doesn't know that. But to just call, like, this is just so bad. Like this, like, he started the hand with 127 blinds, like, our 117 blinds. He called him in raise instead of three betting on his own. Then on this flop, I bet 42 blinds. He calls off another 40% of his remaining stack. And then what do you think's going to happen on this turn? Like, like what the actual fuck? He's going to have a pair here sometimes. It's fine. You can have it, bro. You can have the little ones. He doesn't get the concept that I'm c-betting when I have something. And then he just starts donking into me like I'm ever going to fault. Oh. I was just watching a Jonathan Little video where he was talking about his rules when he was playing at the Bellagio, playing, you know, like 50 and higher, you know? This is not the hand I want in this position. Like, I'd rather have Jack 10 right here. Hopefully somebody three bets. Hopefully my friend three bets. Oh, thank Christ. You saw your safe flop. Don't you want to get it in with kings? What a shocker. Like, why are you calling? Just fucking re-raise. Oh my god. Like, why are you calling? These people do this all the time. They want to see a safe flop, and then, like, that's not the way poker works, bro. You have to make your decision based on what I just did. And the fact that I'm re-raising that huge should really tell you something. I love it. And here's the thing. I raised to 35. It got called. The player only half pot re-raised. They didn't even pot it. So it's like my decision to re-raise now gets them to talk themselves into thinking that I actually have ace king. And then that safe flop comes. I bet half pot, completely not scared of anything. And then they just jam over the top of it because they just ran out of money to play with. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to get off this one. I'm just kind of moving it around. Like, I mean, like, the fact that you didn't get it all. You didn't get it all because you didn't see that. Like, if he had see that, Like he checked and it went check check. Your pot's too small. If you had c-bet, he would have called. And like, and he's calling you with ace high on the river. Like this is just hilarious. Like if you had led the flop and bet the turn small, he would have given you the whole stack. He would have given you the whole stack. Like this player like might actually be impaired, like drunk. Oh, the rules of the Bellagio. So he'd be playing like 50, 100 or 100, 200, and he did that like 7 days a week for like 2 years, 8 to 10 hours a day or something like that, or 12 hours a day, something like that, and just crushed, right? So I mean, this is pointless. So he was saying that he had a stop loss where he would be down 450 blinds, and not like he was up 500 then he lost 450 back. Like no, he had to be down 450 from where he walked in that day. This limp raise shouldn't mean anything. Like everybody should call this. Oh, one time with a flop straight. He's just gonna spaz. Like fine, you can have the little ones, bro. You can have the little ones. I'm just playing every pot with this guy. So he would have this stop loss where if he was down 450 blinds, he would go home, right? But he never had a stop win because you're going to be sitting there on the table with somebody who's just going to get their nose just all the fucking way open. Like the problem is other players in this pot. Like I'm just trying to look like bullshit and force out the draw. My dude calls, the ace hits the river. I'm gonna bet half pot. I don't care if he jams, I'm calling. Like there's just no reason to not be betting. It's absolutely hilarious. Yeah, so he said other than time, he said like once he got past like 6 or 12 hours or so, he knew he wasn't playing his best, so then he would quit. But he wouldn't quit with a stop win, which I've had to do at times in my life, and then I realized how dumb that was. Like sitting there with a stop win in a live game, like where you're just crushing and like you need the rent money or whatever. Like I've done that like years ago. And then like okay, well I got to this, so I'm leaving, and it's like no, dumbass. There's so much good money out there. That's why when people see that scene in Rounders with Teddy and Mike's won the 10 grand and he's halfway back to paying off Petrovsky and he's even with Grandma and he can walk out and that's the smart play. Like that's the thing that people say, like, who the fuck has this much balls? The fact of the matter is the game was good. And Mike decided that he was going to go down with the ship, man, or make it rich. And he did it. I'm not saying it's the most intelligent move in the world, but I am saying that it's exactly what you should do according to basic poker theory. Like, look at this. He just duffs it off into quad jacks. It's just, like, hilarious. Reload. Here's how you know somebody's messed up. They don't have the auto reload on. Look at this. It's close. I'm not sure here. I did just smack this guy. I think I'm going to give him an action. Yeah. Hold. Hold it. Nice. I wasn't really sure what was going on there, but I did just smack this guy. So I thought maybe he's going to jam any good ace. And obviously ace king he should be jamming there. But almost folded the tens. Almost. Not supposed to. For 60 blinds, but it's just so rare. I think I'm the only player that's folding or that's jamming the aces and kings there. Like, this lead out is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen. Look at this. Bet. I love it. We both sucked out on him. How fucking hot are you, bro? He's got to be hot. He's got to be just a hot, fiery tilt by now. Like, even then, I just got lucky on him. Like, but he's playing. Like, what are you doing? Sorry, I hit the mic. Like, look at it. I love that one. He slow rolled the call. This is not the way you beat this guy. This is not the way you beat him. I love it. He gets doubled up. Like, if you're going to do that, why not just jam all in pre-flop once he's in the pot? Like, this is not the way you beat that guy. He's playing every pot. Like, why are you raising to 60 fucking cents? Make it fucking $2. Make it $2, bro. Make it fucking 20 blinds. Like, you cannot be doing this. Just keep betting. Keep betting. If you have a king, just keep betting. Don't bet that. You have to bet less so he can bluff you. Like, it's so hilarious. Hello? Is a little time out there? This guy was betting the draw. He was betting the 10 jack into both of us. And he did it twice. And it's just like, and then he just check folds. Like, this is not a fold if you have a pair. It's not a fold if you have ace high. This is hilarious. He might just bluff this all in. I'm not folding. Oh God! I know I've got the best hand, but I can't bet it. Oh, he's got Queen Jack. All right, I'm glad I checked. I'm really glad I checked. Back over 300. I'm sticking, man. These games are getting too good. Like, I only got 3 tables. Oh, look at this. A 4th one. Okay. Okay. Huh. Ah, God, I wasn't sure if he had ace king or if he had some small pair. That's kind of gross. I should have won that one. It wasn't bad. I like that this table filled back up. I got a better seat at it too. I flop a full house. I mean, I know this is bullshit, but it's just like, how do you continue? And it's like, if the player continues, I can check the turn and get good value on the river. Like, there's no reason not to bet it at this point. I have so much footage. I'm looking at I have all the videos that I've cut out of the VODs and made them into tags on the screen. All these little things. I have so many of them that I got to use for something. There's my buddy who had the ace king just jamming in 125 blinds into a min race pot. This one's playing. I had a buddy who used to call it double ABC because it's ABC, but you actually have to know the true value of your hands because somebody is bluffing at the table constantly. So this is annoying. I have to call it. Bet check. Go ahead, jam all in. Good for you. You win 10 blinds. So, like, you have to play it like the value of your hand, but it's double ABC because you have to know the true value of your hand against who you're playing. This player behind, I just had to fold the straight. It's like, what am I doing? I'm playing a chop. Haven't really gotten anything to play against our buddy, but he's low anyway, so who cares? That's the funny part is he's not reloading automatically. I really wish he was. He's only playing one table. There's only so many 7s in the deck. Weird. I mean, somebody should have something here. An 8? Do I really win this one? That's hilarious. There's 4 players in this pot. Ace 6 betting bottom pair. King 7 calling for the gut shot. Ace 4 calling for literal no reason. Like, I know it was just a min bet, but it was only like 50 cents in the pot. Like, and then again, the min raise here. Like, this is just the dumbest thing. Like, you're gonna get called by everybody, bro. Open ender. Limped pot. Min raises. Leads out. Checks for pot control. I probably lose to a king 10 or something. Or the suited ace of clubs. Got it. I'm not trying to get fancy. I'm just trying to win pots. That's fine by me. Just going to call it. I was going to 3-bet if this player had called, but I think it's okay to just call in position here. I'm really just trying to make hands. Like, the thing about it is if you get better value on the hands that you make than your opponent, you're going to end up doing much better than them. So knowing the true value is fine. And in this situation, there's 3 players in the pot. There's a king on the flop. I don't really have any backdoor action. I'm just going to let this player have it. I mean, because I don't need them doing anything too crazy. So that's fine. They've only been here a few minutes. And having less than a full stack is just such a fish tag. Well, they've been on this one. Oh, they've been on this one for less time. The other table, wherever they are. Been an hour here. The only reason I would play is if this player calls. Otherwise, you can have it. Ooh, I like this. I like the ace-9 suited. Because this guy's going to come in. My buddy. My bad was playing some Omaha. I'm back now. Stacking them chips, very nicely done. Thank you. Look at this shit. Like, I can't raise. There's too many players in the pot. Nice aces, you fucking retard. I love it. He even gets aces cracked. That is so much fun. Like, just making these stupid re-raises. Like, oh my god, it's so great. Yeah, definitely stacking them up well. Oh, where's my 8? That's interesting, because I wasn't quite convinced until the player bet the river. They were using interesting bet sizes. But then the river was just such value. Now, reloaded. Oh, I should have called it. Got it, bro. Underplaying the ace jack. Specifically. Like you bet called raise on the flop, and then the best card for your range comes up. I'm going to open 12.5x versus the poster. I bet you they defend. I'm just curious. Like, I don't even care about aces at this point. I don't need them. I don't want them. Like, they're only going to cause me problems. Look at this. You got to check now? Bet. It's not a big bet. The fact that it was a small bet kind of tells the tale there. Yep, up on every table. And legitimately ahead. Like, I'm up 7 buy-ins right now in the last 2 hours. Which is great. It's a nice recovery from earlier. Not a complete recovery. Actually, still have a long way to go. But it is a nice rebate. Like, bet the king and then check it. Guess he's keep telling himself he's going to get them back. Like, just check, dude. Why are you jamming into him? He's never going to, yeah. He's like only going to call if he has a pair. It's hilarious. Nines with a king and a 10 on the board. I mean, it's just like, Jesus. I don't know. I probably would have just bet it small and then and then let him bluff. I mean, I guess he loses with aces, loses two aces. Hilarious. Oh, he folded one. He might be going broke here. He might be. This might be the last of it. Like this shit. Oh, he's reloaded. Never mind. He's reloaded. Like, you want to get in here, but you don't want to be sitting here flopping for 5.5 blinds every fucking time. Like, the people raising, like, it's just, this guy's not been here long enough. He doesn't understand what's going on. He's only been here like 11 minutes. He hasn't seen the fucking insanity yet. So that's my boy Scrooge. I'm going to go ahead and 3-bet. Bet. Player calls. Just calls. Check. Yeah, yeah, the 10 kind of rang true for me. I mean, is he ever doing this with just the ace high? But I'm calling to chop. That's the funny part. The jack was kind of bad for me. I guess he can have the ace king suited, but the problem is he can also have the ace jack suited. I'm not going to call for a chop. I'm going to let it go. I think it's fine. I thought about not 3-betting, but when he just called, I didn't really have him on ace king, so I honestly think he could have had a 10. Okay. I make a straight. I make the straight. Is this player going to bet again? Oh, please have a 10. You're taking so long, bro. I'm just going to check raise him real quick. If he has ace king, I'll puke. King 6. Look at this fucking retard. Just gets totally bailed out. Any club, any 10. And if the club comes off, I don't bet a fucking nickel. Fucking idiot. Like, if you're gonna bet there, like you're betting, like he bet this flop. Here's the thing. There's the raise, right? And then he leads the flop for 1/9 the pot, and he gets called. It's hilarious. And then bets the turn, gets raised monstrously. Of course, has the draws to call, and then calls this off. It's just like, Jesus. This is gross because I think he filled the gut shot. Take it, bro. It's fine. Usually when they pause that long, they've just got garbage. That's fine. I took a shot. I'm going to stop c-betting. There's no c-bets right now. I'd adopted a no c-betting rule. Oh, for the love of God. The man min raised. I got backdoor flush equity. Look at this. Yeah. He doesn't have it, but he has me beat. Look at that. A 5, a 10. If a 5 or a 10 comes off, I get it all. If a jack comes off, I'm hero calling. It's annoying. But it's whatever. Looks like he's one tabling, surprised he hasn't fired up 6 tables and just started ripping 100 blinds with any ace, right? Well, that's the thing. He's just doing one table. Oh, he's gone. He left. He finally left. It might be time to pack it in. I remember dealing once at the Venetian, and I was dealing some, bunch of the people you've seen on TV. I'm not going to name them, but bunch of those people. And there was 5 of them and a businessman. And I say businessman because he was just wearing a suit. And, all these other guys are wearing sweats and, backpacks, hoodies, the whole thing. And these are very famous poker players. So the guy loses just so much money, like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it was literally like that thing in Rounders. It's not like we're playing together, but we're not playing against each other either. Okay. Pocket 9s, let's do it. 9 ball. 9 ball. Yeah. Like, this is kind of dumb shit you're going to see at this hour. But, so the guy says, I'm going to take a little break, go for a walk or whatever. You guys don't mind, do you? And they go, no, it's fine, man, whatever. And he looks at me and I go, you can leave your chips on the table, sir. It's fine. He gets up, leaves the back room, right? And then the other players all stand up from the table. And I had started dealing the next hand. And they were like, no, it's fine. And I'm like, you guys don't want to play? And somebody, I forget who it was, it might have been like, was it the grinder? Whoever it was, somebody said, we're not playing against, or we're playing, the guy we're playing against isn't in the room. And it was like, holy shit, like they're seriously like targeting this dude, which I get, but they didn't have to make it so fucking blatant, How am I called twice here? I'm gonna check. 8 on the river is kind of gross because 9-8 gets there. 5-7, 7-10, I guess. This player leads out into 2 players, like, he's in first position. I think he can have, well, I think I have to call 7-10. I mean, he was in first fucking position. Like, what the and here's the thing. I can't continue if it's not for this. I can't keep betting because the guy behind me called. Like, that's the thing. And I know I should be betting. But, like, why are you in there? Yeah, they literally said, we're not playing. We're here to play against somebody else. I guess I just get my value now. Like, I don't know why this player would call on that flop. Like, the 10-7 under the gun is fucking... Like, here's the thing, though. If a guy's playing 10-7 under the gun like that, I don't think he's folding it on the turn. Like, he's really not. Like, he's seriously trying to bank. Like, all right, he was in the big blind. Yeah, I fucked this one up. I should have kept betting, but I can't bet because of this guy. It's like he's supposed to have a set there, like a lot. This can be good sometimes. Yeah, ace. Oh yeah, man. Oh, there's tons of stories from dealing in those big games. My favorite one's actually a very wholesome story. I was dealing to, no joke, on the same table. This was Bobby's game that the Venetian had stolen for a time by offering perks. And I was dealing to Doyle Brunson, Phil Locke, David Williams, Michael Mizrachi, Phil Ivey, and Chip Reese. And I think somebody else was in the room. Oh, Eric Lindgren was in the room. I think he was playing Sammy Farha at the next table. So, uh, so I'm dealing to these guys, right? And it's I'm the A1 at Venetian, right? So that means I'm training other dealers how to deal games they don't know how to deal because I learned how to deal them in Florida, shit like that. And I'm basically the guy. They would call me at home saying they got a call from Doyle Brunson. He's coming out to play tonight, and he's got 5 guys with him, and we need somebody to deal it. And I would be like, well, you have dealers. And they'd be like, we want you to deal it. So because I literally had no dings on my record. I was perfect, game control perfect, and I understood these guys, and I knew, I wasn't a dick. I let them do whatever the fuck they wanted because they were sitting down putting literal millions on the table. So it's my first time dealing a game this big, right? There's this many players, and I start the game, and you have to do a chip check. So what happens is they all pull out chips from the Bellagio, right? They've all got flags that are 50,000 a piece. Doyle had a little leather, looked like a camera, film case, and it was just worn to hell, like it was real cowboy shit. And he pulls out over, I think it was like 15 or 16 of these flags, which, if you're doing the math, is about $750,000. And so they have to take these chips, take the chips as collateral, and then bring them Venetian chips, right? So they do that, and they confirm with every player, and I have to confirm, and then they have to do a table confirmation to make sure that their numbers match up. And it sounds like a lot of work, but the whole thing takes maybe 15 minutes, right? We're all professionals. So my floor man, I go around every single guy, and then the floor man goes, chip check, and looks at me, which means he wants the total count that's on the table. And I went 4.75 million. And he goes, that's what I got too. And once I said that out loud, I realized how big the game I was dealing, and I immediately started getting nervous, which I don't get nervous, but I was only nervous because I really needed the job. The room was still very new, and I knew that if I fucked this up, there was no upside to dealing this game. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't like I was going to make amazing tips, but there was a huge downside to fucking up, right? Game control violations. I could actually get in trouble with the law if I fucked up too bad, but I have to like enforce the rules. But you know, these guys, you have to let them do what they want as long as they don't violate gaming, and it's a whole thing. So there's no upside. There's a lot of pride and clout, but I didn't give a fuck about that. I just want to make money. I always said I'd rather deal 1-2 no limit than deal fucking 500 1,000 to fucking rich assholes. But anyway, so I deal this game for about, and they're not tapping me out. They keep me in the game for an hour and a half because these guys don't want to switch dealers. So I'm there for an hour and a half, and then Doyle looks around and he goes, anybody want to go to the bathroom? And a couple people go, yeah, cool. And Doyle looks at me and he goes, all right, hold it up. And so then I'm just sitting there not dealing, and I protect the deck and, you know, put down everything. And this is weird. So hang on a sec. I'm gonna play this hand, then I'll tell you. Yeah, that's my cue. There it is. Flush draw versus a queen. How do you fold? Yeah, flush draw versus a queen. I like this getaway. But anyway, so I hold up the game and everybody leaves, right? Except Chip Reese. And Chip Reese is sitting there. And if you don't know who Chip Reese is, man, you need to learn about poker, because Chip Reese is maybe the greatest. He might be the greatest poker player of all time. But definitely one of the best cash game players. It was called Chip's Game because, you know, for 30 years. And so Chip's sitting there and he's kind of shuffling checks, and he goes, do you need to go to the bathroom? And I go, yeah. And he goes, floor. And they come over to lock the box so I can go to the restroom. And I go, thank you, Mr. Reese. And he goes, it's Chip. And I go, oh, cool, thank you. And he goes, so how you like it here? And I go, it's pretty good. It's a nice place. The EDR is great. And we talked for like 5 minutes about the food in the EDR, and you know, how they had steak and lobsters and shit. And he didn't believe it. And I told him, I said, I can bring you pictures. And it was hilarious. And he goes, you're doing a good job, kid. And I was 26 at the time, you know, and so this was a big deal. And I go, thank you, Chip. And he goes, don't let these guys intimidate you. They're just a bunch of fucking assholes anyway. And then he gets up and walks out of the fucking room. And I was so shocked. And from that moment on, I was never nervous dealing. I had games bigger than that. I dealt to Eric Lindgren and Sammy Farha heads up playing Pot Limit Omaha. And they were playing $250,000 cap, 1,000, 2,000. Pot Limit Omaha. So it would be like, Sammy would be like, pot. And I'd be like, 7,000 to you, Mr. Lindgren. And he would be like, pot. And I would be like, 28,000 to you, Mr. Farha. Pot. 76,000 to you, Mr. Lindgren. And I just had to keep it, you know, all in my head, right? At one point, I did that, and the number was different because there had been a raise and a call and a small re-raise. So on the turn, I think Lindgren said pot, and I was like, that's 114,000 to you, Mr. Farha. And he's sitting there shuffling his chips, and he goes, why are you trying to fuck me up? And I went, excuse me? And he goes, you did the math wrong. It's not 114,000. I go, oh, really? because the blinds are 1 in 2,000. There's an ante of 200 per man. Then there was a raise to 7,000. Then there was a raise to 9,000. And I have to run down the hand. And then I run down the entire hand, and it's perfect. And he says, if that's what's in the pot, I'll tip you $100. And I said, I'll believe that when I see it, because he hadn't tipped me a fucking thing yet. Lindgren, when I said that, threw me a green bird, you $25, and he started dying laughing. And he says, count the pot. And I said, floor. I said, I've had a request to count the pot, and I'm not supposed to be able to do that. I'm supposed to spread the pot. And I explained the situation, and he says, no. Now we're betting on it. And so now there's 100 in it for me, if I'm right, down to the penny. And Farha and Lindgren are betting on the side $5,000. Lindgren took my side because I ran it down, and he knows he was following the hand. Sammy was a little tired, and he didn't really follow the action that close. He just was a crazy bet maniac. So I counted down. It was and I was like boom, 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 and he said what was the number before I started, and I was like, it's 114,000, this much, blah blah blah, and 80. And he's like, that's the part that's fucking me up. It's the and 80. I'm like, yeah, you did that because, and I had to explain why there was less than $100 in there, and it was because they took out from the pot to tip the waitress. Sammy didn't remember it, so there was this 80, so they put it in for the ante instead of the 200. They just put in 40 each and did the ante instead of or put in 80 each instead of the ante, so it was 160. So I ran it down, and then I said and $60 or and $80, whatever it was, and I counted it off. And when I got to the last 80, I pointed to it on the table. I took the big finger, and you do this thing on the table. I don't know if you guys can see it, where you go boom, and you point your finger at it like that, and you go and 80, and I flicked it, and it was 3 greens and a red, and Sammy went, guess you're fucking right. And he threw me the $100 black. I caught it in the air, showed it to the camera, banged it, and put it in my pocket. And then he threw a $5,000 chip to Lindgren. There was so many great stories. I'll tell more of them tomorrow. I'm going to call that a good recovery. Earlier today, I started the day with 390, and that's how bad my session was. If you really think I played badly, please watch episode 14 and understand why I was able to lose so much and not quit the game. It was so good, but I just couldn't get a hand to stand up. So I'm fine with it. I've made peace with it now. But coming back and picking up 6 buy-ins at this late hour, I think is really great. I'll take it, man. Good recovery, and it's really good for my soul that I was able to pull it off. So I'll see you guys in the morning. I'm going to do a wake up with me and probably play some more cash. Might play tournaments, but Courtney's going to do my nails, so I don't know how much time I'm going to have. So it's probably going to be cash tomorrow and then tournaments the next day. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for coming out, man.